Okay, we're going to start in a seated position, a comfortable seated position. So you might like to sit on your blocks. You can have your legs folded, or you can have your legs out in front, whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, so after a big morning, thank you all for being here. Let's come into our space. So we're on our next chakra today, onto the throat chakra. So we've covered root chakra, sacral chakra, and then we did solar plexus, and then we did heart last week. So we're now up to throat, and then after throat we're going to do third eye and then crown chakra. So it's all about, each one of these chakras is like an energy center, and it spins, and it can be blocked and it can be slowed down, or it can be over energized. So you can go either way. So the purpose of our yoga is to balance each chakra one by one. So we're up to throat today, and it's all around your speaking voice, and it's also connected to your thyroid. So as we get that balanced, you know, we'll hopefully remove any blockages that you might have in those areas. So let's just, I invite you to soften your eyes. So we're hoping to power up our throat chakra today. That's the purpose of our yoga practice. And we want to balance each one. When we talk about our throat chakra, it's corresponding with the thyroid gland. If it's unbalanced, you can have inadequate communication, maybe speaking too bluntly, or the shyness, the fear of speaking, or being misunderstood by others. And if it's balanced, you're able to speak the truth, express yourself authentically and clearly. Excuse me. And you'll be able to have inspirational communication. Some of the affirmations that we have around the throat chakra are: I speak from the heart, I express myself honestly and authentically, and I speak my truth. There are some oils that you can use that will help you to balance this chakra, things like sandalwood, geranium, jasmine, sage. They support opening the throat chakra channel. So as we start to relax into our space and getting comfortable with the next hour for ourselves to help us with our own wellness and happiness, we're going to start with a short meditation, and then we'll do our asana, and that'll be followed by a relaxing savasana. So for our meditation, we're going to do one called Brahmi. And Brahmi, in this meditation, we hum like a bee. So we activate our throat chakra. The humming and the vibrations help to calm the mind and cleanse and open and heal the throat chakra. And it creates like a pleasant healing vibration in the whole body. So it starts off in the throat, and then it'll continue on to the rest of the parts of your body. So sitting in the comfortable position and having your spine nice and straight, and your palms resting on your knees, closing your eyes, and start to tune in with your yourself, with your breath, and allow yourself to go inwards. Just taking some nice deep breaths, feeling yourself nice and grounded, supported by the earth, feeling the earth underneath your feet and underneath your buttocks, and nice tall spine, supporting all the chakras that come up the golden pathway from the root chakra through to all the chakras leading all the way up through the spine up towards the crown chakra. Imagine as you're breathing in, You're inhaling through the earth, up through the root chakra, and then breathe the golden light up through the sacral chakra on your next breath. And then on the next breath, bring the golden light up through to the solar plexus. And on the next inhalation, bring the golden light up through to the heart chakra. And next inhalation, bringing the golden light up through to the throat chakra. And next one, up through to the third eye, just in the middle of your top forehead. And then continuing on the next breath, bringing the golden light up through the crown chakra and coming out over the top of your head and coming down like a fountain of golden light, covering your whole body. Just continue to breathe, breathing this golden light up through your spine, up through all the chakras and out. Continuing on, become aware of your natural breath. As you keep your eyes closed, place your index fingers up next to your ears. As you take a deep breath in, press gently on the cartilage of your ears while making a loud humming sound like a bee. Continue on each breath in, continue to hum. Noticing the vibrations in your throat. Continue to repeat this. Feel the vibration building in your throat and into your skull. And moving the humming to your outward breath. So breathing in and then humming out. As you press against the cartilage of your ears. Feeling the vibrations build up in your throat and then go up into your skull and all around your body. Continuing on for another 4 or 5 breaths. Two more breaths here. Gently place your hands back onto your knees. Keeping your eyes closed and notice how your body feels. Noticing the effects of the vibration on the throat chakra. Tuning into your body and into your mind. Setting yourself a mantra for your yoga practice today. It may be I speak from the heart, or I express myself honestly and authentically, or I speak my truth. Pick a mantra for you to take with you through your practice today. And we're going to move on to our hands and knees into a cat and cow position. So the asanas that we're doing today, a lot of them are working around the throat area. So as we start into cat and cow, taking our knees wide apart and our hands nice and open, we're going to inhale and we're going to lift our chest and lift our head, opening up through the throat. And exhale, we're going to bring our spine up towards this ceiling. Inhale, opening up through the chest, opening the throat, and exhaling. So continue on using your own breath as your initiation of the movement. Embrace the breath as we open up through the throat chakra, healing and getting it to spin nicely, nice and balanced. Moving through the chest and the neck. Taking a couple more breaths. And then coming back to your seated position, you might like to place a block underneath your hips, making it a little bit more comfortable. And from here, we're going to move our head from side to side. We're going to inhale at the looking forwards, and then exhale, turning your head to the left. Inhale back to center, and then exhale to the right. It's going from side to side, having your eyes softened. Nice deep breathing, and just feeling that opening up through the neck, through the throat area, and stretching through the neck muscles. Taking your head from side to side. On the next inhalation, coming back to the, looking to the front, still with your eyes closed or eyes softened. And we're going to tilt our head. So we're going to take our left ear tilted across towards the left shoulder. And then inhale, bring it up straight, and exhale, taking it to the right side. Just continue on, feeling that gentle stretch through the side of your neck. We'll do 2 more on each side. Inhale as you bring your head up to a normal position, and exhale as you take your ear down towards your shoulder. And 1 more on each side. And from here, we're going to turn our body. So we're going to take our left hand and place it on our right knee, and place our right hand behind us, twisting the torso, and then inhale back to the front and exhale to the other side. Inhale as you come towards the front, and exhale as you twist from one side and then back to the front and then to the other side. We'll go 1 more on each side. And then coming back to the front with a nice tall spine. And we're going to inhale, we're going to lift our chin up towards the ceiling, stretching through the front of the neck. And then exhale as you bring it down, bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, lifting your chin all the way up to the ceiling. Feeling that nice stretch through the front of the throat and the chest. And exhale as you bring your chin to your chest, feeling a nice stretch through the back of the shoulders and the back of the neck. Continue on for another 4 or 5 breaths. It's really opening up through the throat, stretching through the neck. Let's go 2 more times. And then let's go back onto our knees into a child's pose. Taking our knees nice and wide and our feet together. Bringing our buttocks back to our heels and then walking your hands forward. Opening up through the chest and bringing your forehead down to the mat, or you may like to put your forehead on a block. Stretching right through the body, stretching your arms towards the top of the mat. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Relaxing in the pose. I invite you to scan your body and feel this stretching through the thighs and the lower back and through the shoulders. Taking 3 more deep breaths here. On each exhalation, surrender a little more into the pose. And then coming up into tabletop again. And we're going to open up through the chest and the throat into thread the needle. So having your knees underneath your hips and your hands nice and open. We're going to start on the right side. So bring your left hand a little bit towards the middle, looking at your right hand, and inhale. Lift the hand all the way up, take your eyes with it, opening up through the chest and through the shoulders. And exhale, thread that underneath the left. Hover there, and then inhale, come all the way back up. Opening up through the chest and through the throat. And exhale, threading it under. Nice stretch for the shoulders. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, coming back down. This time we're going to bring the arm and the shoulder down towards the mat. Julie, you might like to place your head underneath, just on a block, just to support you a little bit. And taking the left hand forward. And we'll just stay here for about 3 breaths. Noticing the stretch through the scapula on the right side. And then as you've done your last breath, slide the forward hand back and lift your body back up and place the right hand on the mat. And then we'll take it to the other side. So this time, bring the other hand towards the mat, and we're going to inhale, lift our left hand and take our eyes with it, lifting all the way up towards the ceiling, opening up through the chest and through the throat. And exhale, we're going to thread that underneath the right. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, bring it all the way underneath, threading the needle under your right arm. stretching through the shoulder. Then inhale all the way up. And exhale, bringing the arm and the shoulder and the ear down towards the mat, and place your block underneath your ear if you wish. And coming into a nice deep stretch on the left scapula this time. Staying here for 3 nice long deep breaths. And then inhale, coming back up to all fours. And from here, we're going to lay the front of our body down onto the mat into Sphinx pose. So bring your body down to the mat and place your hands just underneath your shoulders. As we inhale, we're going to lift our chest and lift our gaze, bringing our shoulders back and down. So we're doing a nice stretch through our scapula. So inhale, we're going to lift up, squeezing our shoulder blades. And exhale, just allowing your body to relax down onto the mat. And then inhale, lifting up. So we're bringing our shoulders back, squeezing through the scapula a little, pushing our hands against the mat a little bit. And exhale, coming back down. Let's do 3 more of those, using your own breath to initiate the movement. As you come up, you might like to squeeze through the buttock area as well. So really opening up through the front of the chest and the front of the body. Gentle squeeze on the shoulders. And then coming up onto your elbows. And it's taking a few breaths here. So opening up through the chest, lifting your gaze a little bit. Just taking a few breaths here, squeezing through the buttocks. Notice how that's feeling on your lower back. Taking 3 more breaths. Coming back to your mantra for the yoga practice today. It may be, I speak my truth. And then bringing your hands on top of each other and bringing the side of your face down to the mat, so the side of your temples on your hands, bending your knees, and just taking your legs from side to side, just loosening up through the lower back. Do a couple on this side and then turn your head to the other way and do a couple on the other side. Just giving your neck a nice little bit of movement, but moving your feet from side to side, loosening through the lower back area. And then we're going to come back up to all fours again. And we're going to do a sequence of up dog and down dog. And Gilda, you might like to do an up dog and then a child's pose. So we can go from up dog and then come back to child. Actually, why don't we all do that? We can all have a nice little easy one today. So it just takes a little bit of pressure off your shoulders. That's it. So as you inhale, lifting your chest up, lifting your gaze, opening up through the chest and the throat, and then exhaling, bringing your buttocks back to your heels into child. Bring your forehead down towards the mat. Let's go 3 more rounds. And last round. And then from here, we're going to come up to a standing position. And we're going to do a forward bend. So having your feet comfortably wide apart, just underneath your hips. We're going to inhale, lift our arms all the way up, lifting your chest and lifting your gaze. And exhale, folding forward. And bring your hands down towards the mat. And we're just going to stay here for about 5 breaths, feeling a nice stretch through the back of the legs and through the lower back and a little bit through the shoulders. Let your head fall heavy and your chest fall heavy. Just taking some nice deep breaths here, just loosening through the lower back. Taking 3 more breaths. And then inhale, come all the way back up to standing. And bring your hands back to Anjali Mudra. And we're going to step back towards the back of our mat and do a warrior sequence. So we're going to turn our left foot out slightly and step forward with the right foot. And we're going to take our hands behind our back. And we're going to, as we inhale, we're going to lift our chest, bending the right knee, feeling a stretch through the left hip flexor, but lifting our hands a little bit. So for you, Gilda, you might not have your hands clasped, just to take a bit of stress off your shoulders, up to you. And we're going to take a few breaths here, just opening up through the heart and through the throat. It's quite a strong pose for the left hip and the right thigh, as well as stretching through the shoulders. And then on your next exhalation, I want you to lengthen out the right leg and bring your chest forward into humble warrior. So bring your chest down towards your knee and bring your hands up. That's it, stretching through the shoulders. Nice and strong through the feet and the legs. Taking 3 more breaths here. Sensing the stretch through the back of the legs. Your feet nice and open and grounded. And then releasing your hands down to the mat, bringing your right hand just on the inside of your right foot. If you have a block, you might like to place the block inside your right foot. And we're going to inhale and lift our left hand up into a triangle pose, so opening through the front of the body. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. And then releasing the left hand back to the mat. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing and bring your legs back together. Give them a little shake. And we'll go to the other side. So right foot slightly turned out. Bring your hands behind your back and step forward with the left foot. As we inhale, we're going to bend the left leg and raise our chest and our gaze. And taking our hands off our buttocks, stretching through the back there, stretching through the shoulders, opening up through the chest, looking up towards the ceiling. Taking 3 breaths here. I invite you to scan your body to feel this movement through the right hip flexor and the left thigh, and nice and strong through the feet. And then on your next exhalation, lengthening out through the left leg and bring your chest down towards the leg, folding forward, lifting your hands up off your buttocks into humble warrior. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Nice strong pose on the feet and the legs. And then releasing your hands down to the mat, bringing the left hand just inside the left foot. And the right hand, we're going to take that up to the ceiling and take our gaze with it, opening up through the chest into triangle pose. Nice strong pose, and taking 3 deep breaths here. And then bring your right hand down to the mat. Inhale, using the strength of your legs to come back up to standing position. And then give your legs a little shake. From here, we're going to go into our balancing. So today we're going to do tree pose. So we'll start with, we're going to lift the left leg. So we're going to open up through the right foot. So really open up your toes. So you've got a really good wide grip on the earth. Move your body in a little circle so you can feel the anchor points underneath your right foot. Find a gaze point at your mudra point. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bring our left foot up either inside your calf or inside your upper thigh. Oops. You may need to reach out and just steady yourself. And once you're nice and steady, bring your hands back to Anjali Mudra. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So finding your drishti point, using that to help you balance. Got 2 more breaths. And then releasing the left leg back down to the ground. Give that a little shake. Yeah, it's getting quite warm, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to open up our toes on the left foot and just moving that in a little circle so you feel the ankle points under the heel and just behind the big toe and inside from the little toe. So bringing the right foot either up to the inside of your calf or a little higher. Find your drishti point. That's it. And then bring your hands up to Anjali Mudra for 5 breaths. Oops. My tree's a bit windy today. That's it. So getting nice and calm. And taking 2 more breaths and then release. Give that a little shake. Then we're going to go with a nice wide stance. And we're going to inhale and lift our arms and lift our gaze. Nice big inhalation, and exhale, we're going to fold forward and bring our hands down to the mat. And you might want to walk heel toe your feet a little wider. So you're down about as wide as you can go, placing your hands on the mat and have the crown chakra facing down towards the mat. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So welcoming that stretch through the back of your legs, through the lower back. Taking some nice deep breaths and going inward. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Then lifting your chest, lifting your gaze, walking your feet back in a little bit, and then inhale, come all the way back up. And just give your legs a little shake. We might try a couple of rounds of our sun salute. So with this one, Gilda, you might just modify things a little bit for you. So let's go to the front of our mat. And we're going to inhale, lift our arms, lift our gaze. And exhale, folding forward. Then inhale, lift chest, and then stepping back into your low plank today. So coming back onto your knees, and then slowly lowering your body down to the mat, bending at the elbows. Inhale, lift your chest into an upward dog, and then taking your toes under into downward dog. From here, we're going to take our gaze towards our hands and step forward into forward bend. And then inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hug your chest towards your legs. And then inhale, come all the way up. Nice. Good work, ladies. Let's go 2 more rounds. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lift your chest. And then exhale, step back into low plank. So you're taking the weight off your shoulders. Slowly lower your body down to the mat. Inhale, lift up through the chest into an upward dog. And exhale, taking your toes under and coming into downward dog. That's it. And then take your gaze forward and step forward into forward bend. And then inhale, lift your chest, lift up through the throat area. Exhale, draw your chest towards your legs. And then inhale, come all the way back up. 1 more round, or you might want to take a rest. Up to you, listening to your own bodies. Inhale, lift and lengthen, stretching up towards the sky, opening up through the throat and the chest. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, lift the spine, lengthen it. Exhale, step back into either a high plank or bring your knees down into a low plank. Slowly lower your body down to the mat. Inhale, lift up through the chest into an upward dog. Tuck your toes under and come into a downward dog. And then step forward into forward bend. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest and tuck your chest into your legs. And then inhale, come all the way back up, back into Anjali Mudra. Well done. Let's come down to the mat now, onto your back. We're going to go into the bridge position. So laying on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the ground. Just let me feel the breath and feeling it supporting you underneath your feet and your hands and underneath the back and your shoulders and the back of your head. So as we take a deep breath in, sliding our heels back towards our buttocks, lift up through the hips, bring your chin up, bring your chest to your chin and take your arms over your head to the ground behind you. And then as you slowly exhale, drop your spine down towards the mat, bit by bit, and sweep your arms along the sides of the floor back down to beside your body. So inhale, lifting up through the hips, squeezing the buttocks, bringing the chest up towards the chin, arms over the top, placing the hands on the ground behind your head. And as you exhale, lowering your spine down like a bike chain onto the mat and sweeping your arms along the floor back down to your sides. Continue on for another 5 rounds. Your own pace. Tuning into your body. I invite you to scan and see where you're feeling this one. Along the front of the body, around the shoulder area, through the buttocks. Really nice movement for your spine. Opening gaps in the vertebrae. Let's go 3 more rounds. Just take your time. And we're on to our last round now. And from here, reach forward and hold on to your knees. Have a look towards your chest, moving your lower back. You might want to rock from side to side or roll around your lumbar spine in a circle, releasing any tension that you might have in your lower back. And then placing your feet back down onto the mat and the soles of your feet together, allow your knees to fall out to the sides into a butterfly pose. And taking some nice deep breaths here, placing your hand, one upper on your chest, one hand on your belly. Breathing in, down the nose, through the chest, through the belly. And as you go down, breathe full. Down, deeply supported by the earth. Feeling underneath the outer edge of your feet, into your buttocks, your lower back, your upper back, and the back of the head. Taking 2 more breaths here. Feeling open through the hip area as well. And breath. And bring your knees back together, foot back on the floor. Arms straight out from your shoulders. We're going to drop our knees towards the right and gaze towards the left. Feeling a twist through the body, taking about 3 breaths here, and on each exhalation, allow your body to surrender a little more into the twist. Then inhale back to center and exhale to the other side. Just surrendering into the deep stretch, feeling it right down the right side of the body, having your shoulders laying flat on the mat, feeling a little stretch through the front of your chest. And then coming back to center and coming back up to a seated position and then into child. And from here, we're going to go into child's pose, taking our knees wide and bringing our buttocks back down to our heel. Just lengthening through from the buttocks to the hands. Coming back to your mantra around the throat area. It might be I speak my truth. One more breath here. And coming into tabletop. And then back into laying down on the front of your body on the mat. And we're going to reach forward, stretching out through like a Superman pose, stretching out through our hands and our feet. And then we're going to place our right foot and our right hand on the mat. And we're going to reach back with our left hand. And as we inhale, we're going to lift up through the chest and pulling our foot away from our body. It's getting a stretch through the front of the chest and through the left thigh. Take one more breath here. and then release the left side. And on the next inhalation, lifting up through the chest and bending the right knee and reach back with the right hand to the right foot. Take a big breath in, lifting up through the chest, stretching through the chest area, a little bit of shoulder, and through the right thigh. One more breath here, and stay on the right side. Continue to hold, and then reach over with your left hand. So you've got your left hand on your left foot and your right hand on your right foot. Inhale, lift the chest and pull both feet away from the body. So lifting up, really opening up through the front of the body and through the throat area. Feeling the stretch through your thighs. As you inhale, you might feel a little bit of a rock, and then release it. And coming back into our child's pose. This is a reversal position, just releasing any tension you may have in your lower back. Taking a couple of breaths here, and then coming onto your back, and we're going to go into our legs up position. So you might want to have your legs up next to a bed or a wall, or come into a half shoulder stand. You can place a block underneath your hips to support your shoulder stand. So today, Judy, you might be better off to just place a block or a cushion underneath your hips and just bring your legs up like that, or place them up against the wall rather than your shoulder stand. So coming up into your legs up in the air position and taking some deep breaths and really noticing how you're opening up through that throat chakra area. So this is an inversion, so it's helping to cleanse out through your lymphatic system and your circulatory system. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths, so relaxing into the pose, coming back to your mantra, coming back to that beautiful golden light that you were breathing up through the root chakra, and it was coming all along your spine, up through all the chakra points. As you take an inhalation, coming up chakra by chakra, healing each one, balancing each one. Bringing the golden light up your spine, in through the root chakra, all the way up and then out through the crown chakra, and covering your body in that beautiful golden light. You might like to take your feet wide. Continue to take some nice deep breaths going inward. At this point, you might like to bring the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side. And you can take your feet back up in the air, and if you wish, you can bring your feet over the top of your head into a plow pose, or over the top of your head, and maybe not bringing your feet all the way to the floor, but just over your head. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then if you have any support underneath your lower back, you might like to shift that out now and allow your body to lay down onto the floor into a nice comfortable Savasana pose. You might like to place a bolster underneath your knees to support your lower back, or even just bend your knees, having your palms facing down onto the floor, feeling supported through the lower back area and the upper back and the back of your head. We're going to rest in Savasana for about 5 minutes. Just going to rest in silence. Feel the effects of your beautiful yoga asana today. Reflecting on your voice, opening up and healing through that throat chakra point. Starting to come back into the room, noticing the sounds in the room, noticing your body lying in Savasana, just breathing normally, starting to notice the sounds outside the room, just laying there a little longer. A little mantra at the end of our throat chakra asana. I'm aligned into my highest truth and communicate this with love and honor. My words echo softly within the universe. I'm aligned with my highest truth and communicate this truth with love and honor. My words echo softly within the universe. As you slowly roll to one side, you can stay there if you wish, or you can come into a comfortable seated position. We're going to close our space with an Om, taking a deep breath in, and then breathing out all that doesn't serve us. Another deep breath in, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. Om. Thank you for joining me today for your yoga practice. You bring energy to yourselves and each other as we support each other in our yoga practice. Bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts and to our lips for kind words and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Well done, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you so much.